Alright, 15-minute porter. Adding vanilla. Get the water up to 150 for a steep of chocolate malt, cracked already, in a muslin bag. So I'll wait for this temperature to come up. While I wait for the temp to come up, I'm gonna sanitize the whole fermentator and all my tools. Sanitizer on that, just so in case it drips down in. I don't want anything in there. Alright. We get the tools. Put the bubbler in. Get the measuring cup. Never know when you need that. Where is the measuring cup? Oh, there it is. Measuring cup. Get the spoon. Get the spoon. Open the spigot. There we go. Send that out. I don't think there's anything else I need. I think that's it. I think that is it. Don't forget stupid hot water. Put extract in water. Loosen the extract up. Remember to save sanitation solution.
You what, baby?
Okay, so the water has reached 150 degrees. I think this thermometer might not be good, so let me go find another thermometer actually. Okay, yeah, so we're at 150-ish, kind of. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my steeping grains, which is that chocolate malt. See if I can get it to hang out in there. Do the old tea bag method and see if that'll work for us. Here's the other thermometer that I didn't trust. Get nice and moist. Alright, now it's in there. Take that and I could just let it float in there, I guess. But now we just do this for an hour. Let it steep for an hour and where's the correction? Not an hour. 30 minutes, dummy. 30 minutes. So we're gonna let it steep for 30 minutes. Still at 150. So I've got 7 minutes left on my steep time. I'm going to add a gallon of water to my fermentator. So that way when I do my 15-minute boil with the extract, once that's completed, I can just dump that in there and it should help bring this temperature down, hopefully between 182 and 170, or between 180, or not 180, geez, like 80 degrees, can't think today, and 70 degrees, because that's where we want to pitch our yeast. Also, since I live in the great state of Virginia, in the Commonwealth of Norfolk, or whatever the hell it's called, Hampton Roads, I don't trust their water, so I go and buy distilled water. They only got to meet a minimum requirement, which could mean anything. So, 1 gallon in the fermentator, nice cold water, and always make sure your tap is off. I mean, that seems kind of self-explanatory to me. Okay, 30-minute steep time is done. Now, move this thermometer just over here. Now we get to strain our bag. without squeezing it. So take this extra water, run it over the bag, try and get as much of that steeping out of there. Do one more cup. Alright, I think this should be good actually. Take this out. Right, drain. I also forgot to mention, I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of vanilla in there. Make it a vanilla porter. Alright. Now, it's about as good as she's going to get. I'll add my vanilla now, before I put my extract in there. So 1 tablespoon equals 1 vanilla bean. And I don't have any vanilla beans, but I have tons of vanilla extract, as I bake a lot. So I'm gonna add 3 vanilla beans worth of vanilla extract. Now we get to do the boil. So I'm gonna remove this big bad lid, take off all the good stuff on the inside. Ooh, that's yummy. That came out fast. Oh yeah, that stuff's sticky. But this is my fermentable. So this is what actually the yeast is gonna eat, because it's gonna turn this into sugar while we boil this, so turn it into sugar. But yeah, oh man, this is gonna be one of those close boils. That's a lot of fermentables, holy crap. One might think I have too much water in there. Hopefully we can just get this up to a slow roll so I don't spill it everywhere. Oh man, it's not gonna be good. So, what I'll do, see if I can't. I don't think I even need all this. It's only a 2.5 gallon batch. But now we'll bring it up to a slow boil, so I'll put it on 7, see if that brings it up to a slow boil for us. And let's see. Wash my hands because that stuff's sticky. It smells good, it's sticky. What I'm going to do is actually take, 8 ounces out of it. I'll put it back in later once the boil's done, just to give me some headroom. Actually, I'll use that to take my gravity. It's actually not a bad idea. Let me find a sanitized cup. Actually, let me go get my gravity. Let's see what its gravity is before it even boils, just because I'm curious. Give this a little stirry fill. That stuff down there is thick. Super thick, holy cow. if you want to reuse the malt you got or the wort going on there, you gotta make sure you sanitize everything. What's up, babe?
I'm gonna grab dollar burgers.
Cool.
Do you want me to use cash or credit?
Whatever you want. Okay. Whatever you want to use, honey.
Not bad, yeah.
Yo. Alright, let's see what our gravity's about to be, huh? Before pre-boil. A little bit of pre-boil action. See how that shit is dark. Alright, that should be more than enough. Oh, that stuff is dark. Oh man, we're in the wine section. Jeez, Allie. Where are we at? We're not even on the chart. Holy cow. Okay, well, we know that now. I have another maker cup. Take some more. Once I can get this up to a fucking boil, we'll be Gucci. The only other bad thing about electric stove is you don't know what's going to make it boil. But once it starts to boil, you ain't stopping it as fast as you can with others. You gotta slow it down, gradually bring it up. Takes a while. I'm just gonna keep going until it boils, I guess. I'll let you know when it's done. Once it starts to boil, I'm gonna add my hops, which are, what are these? Northern Brewer pellet hops, German, 6% AA. I really don't like hops. It's very interesting. It's changing color now, so kind of curious as to what's going on with my wort. It looks cool, but I don't know why it's doing that. Then again, this is only my second batch. This is my first from scratch batch. My last one I did was a pre-made recipe. This one I pulled off a brewer's friend online. I was like, you know what, let me try and do this the easy way, but I was like, let's try a little something with a steeping in it just to see how that goes. That looks like it's burnt. Might have got on a hot spot or something. It smells amazing in here, by the way. Yeah, it's burnt. Get that off there. One bad thing about the extracts is they burn really easy. But they want you to boil them in, which is kind of hard to do when you gotta stir it, because the extracts they melt to the bottom. Kind of sucks. So I'm getting tiny little bubbles. So I'm gonna add all my hops now. Boom, hops added. They'll stay in there for the whole boil. Sweet action. Just gonna give it a little turn inside. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Starting to get thick. Thick and goopy. It's gonna make a very interesting cake, I promise. As soon as you move it to see what's going on below, it gets filled. It's definitely got a roaring boil down there. So we're gonna let this boil for another 13 minutes. Just gotta keep a really close eye on it so it doesn't overboil. That would really suck. This is gonna be one hell of a stinky mess if it ever dries. It's like in between 6 and 7 is like the perfect setting too. There's no in between. That sucks. Let's see. Okay, so we're 5 minutes into the boil. It's starting to actually clear up, which is nice. Now I can actually watch a little easier. It had developed a huge skim on it, but it just broke, so now it's clearing up, which is nice. Alright, so now I'm reaching minute 15 in about probably 30-40 seconds. And that's what it looks like boiled for 15 minutes. It's got a weird skim on it. It's kind of weird. Let's stir that in and see what happens. Ew. It's a very interesting skim. But I don't know, I might let it boil and see if it takes the skim off or not. See if it'll boil off for another 5 more minutes, see what happens. So okay, so this thing cycles. It's crazy. It'll clean itself, and then it'll skim back up. And then it'll clean itself, and then it'll skim back up. It's the weirdest thing ever. But it's been boiling for an extra 3 minutes. I think I'm just going to stop it. And, yeah, I'm going to stop it and take a post-boil gravity. See how that turns out, which I can do right here. This is already sanitized. This right here is goopy. So we're gonna wash it. So let's see. See what happens. See if I can make a clear spot for it to go in. Try and get some of that nasty skim off the side. Alright. So we can do this. So because I don't want to break my gravity, I'm going to let that sit in my graduated cylinder until it cools. And until then, I'm just going to dump it all up in here. And, yeah. Okay, so I took all my fermentables and I dumped it into my fermentator, which already had a gallon of cold water in it. And as of right now, we are off the charts. I got to figure out how many gallons of water we have in here. So I need to add a half a gallon of water. So that should actually help bring the temperature down. Boom. 1/2 gallon of water added. Okay, so that 1/2 gallon of water did not lower the temperature. So I might have to get in there with a thermometer to see how hot it is, and might introduce a couple ice cubes in there, see if that helps. So I'm thinking, second thought, I'm not gonna add ice cubes to that. But man, that gravity is still really hot. So hopefully that can cool down so I can see what my gravity is, and I'll dump that back into the fermentator. Alright, let's see if we can get a pre-boil gravity. I want to say pre-boil is supposed to be 1.01. We'll find out. Let's see what it turns out to be. Give it a spin to get rid of the bubbles. I think we're really high on gravity. That should not be that high. Oh boy. Our gravity is super high. We have a lot of sugar in there. That's in table wine section. Jeez. It's 1 point, what is that, 9er? 1.9. Jeez, that might actually even be 2. Holy cow. That's like 1.9. That's high. There's a lot of sugar in there. I am putting 11 grams of yeast in there, so that should eat that down. The US, hold on. Safleaf US, what is that, 0.5, 11.5 grams. That should definitely do the job. It's either going to be really strong, or it's going to be really strong. I can't wait. Oh yeah, I can pour that back in there because it's sanitized. So cool. Don't need to waste a drop, eh? Just dump this bad boy right back in there. Gucci. Alright, cool. Also, we're down to 197 on our temperature. So this needs to be between 82 and 68 degrees to pitch these. So it's going to be about an hour maybe. So since it's 40 some odd degrees outside, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bung in and put the lid on and just take it outside and let it cool down on its own. Because I'm very impatient. So now all that's left is clean up all the stuff that we used. Because that shit's going to be sticky. And yeah. So I'm going to wash all these dishes. Get them all clean and ready to put up next time.